This is Teacher D.H. Boone. Today's message is called Live Your Life to the Fullest. We all have different career paths. We have different talents, abilities, and gifts. But whatever God blessed us with, God wants us to live our life to the fullest and utilize them to the fullest. God didn't give us gifts and talents for us to sit them on the shelf. God gave them to us for us to utilize and for us to be happy and joyous while we're doing them. We have to make sure that if it's something going on in our life that we don't like, that we must change it. If you are in the same rut and you're depressed about the same old thing, and year after year you have the same old thing, and you find yourself in a rut and depressed every morning that you get up, it's something that you need to change. It's something you're not doing. If you're still in the same situation being sad and depressed, that means it's something that you need to do different. It's something that you need to pay attention to. It's something that you need to take inventory, and it's something that you need to dismiss out of your life. Only you can change certain things. Can't no one make you, but you have to make sure that you decide within yourself that it's time for me to change. It's time for me to do things different, because what I'm doing now is not working. I wake up depressed and I'm the only one could change the situation. A lot of times people, it's easy for them to blame somebody else. It's easy for them to say, well, I'm sad and I'm depressed because of such and such. You know, we should never let anything outside of us depress us. When we let things outside of us depress us, that means that we haven't put things in its rightful order, because God is supposed to come first. We are not supposed to let any material thing, any person, any place, or any certain thing that we used to do upset us or depress us, because God don't want us to be attached to these things. So if we're letting material things, people, if someone walked out of our life or certain places we can't go, we letting that depress us, that means that we are attached to people, places, and things, and not attached to God. That's what happened with Job. God removed a lot of things, allowed the enemy remove things out of his life just to see what the enemy wanted to see if he would curse God. He said, if you let me touch his stuff, he will curse you. But God knew that Job was a righteous man and that he would not curse him. So he allowed the enemy to touch his stuff. Yes, he was sad. He wanted to die, and he had friends around him accusing him of being sinful and doing certain things. But he knew that he was a righteous person. But he didn't know why these things had fell upon him. But God wanted to show him his heart. And God will show us the condition of our heart and where our heart is and where our treasure is. That's why God said, build your treasure in heaven. Don't build them on earth, because people, the things on earth, people will walk away from you. People will turn their back on you. And material things could rot, it could burn, people could steal it, things will wear out. But one thing about it, when you build your treasures in heaven with the word of God, can't nobody break in your head and steal your knowledge. And that's why you have to make sure that you put things in its rightful position. If you're sad about material things or a relationship or certain places, then you have misplaced things. You haven't put them in the place they're supposed to be. God is supposed to be first. Just like Job, when the enemy touched his stuff, he said, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. I came in the world with nothing. I'm gonna leave with nothing. You have to realize, when you came in the world, you didn't come with no relationships. You came in the world by yourself. You didn't come with the people that you're sad about. You didn't come with the things that you accumulated and things that you may have lost. You didn't come with certain places to go to. You came, butt naked. And so that's where you're going to leave. Even though when you die and you dressed up, if people dress you up with certain types of clothing and casket and flowers and stuff, that's for them. That's not for you, because you can't take all the stuff that you accumulated while you were living. So that's why God said, build your treasures in heaven. He said, don't get attached to the God of this world, and don't be doing worldly things, but make sure that you know who you are while you have to live in the world. Just don't be of the world. Know that you belong to Jesus Christ, and you are not supposed to limit yourself, and you are supposed to live your life like you living it to the Lord. God said, if you love him and you worship him, you must worship him in spirit and truth. And that's what you are supposed to do. You're supposed to learn the truth and obey it to the fullest. And it's time that you live your life to the to the fullest. Whatever job you have, whatever talent, do the best that you could be. Don't be sad about what you don't have. Be happy about what you do have, and be thankful for your life, that God woke you up this morning and you're able to see, you're able to hear, that you have all your senses. Some people don't have limbs. Some people are missing a limb. Some people can't talk. Some people can't see, So be thankful for what you do have. Enjoy the people that are in your life. Don't worry about the ones that's not, and the things that you don't have. Don't worry about it. Worry about what you do have. Be thankful. And see, God, He will advance you once you have mastered that level. It's just like when we go to school. You don't stay in preschool forever. You go to kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade. Then you graduate from elementary. You go to junior high. Go to 6, 7, and 8. You graduate from junior high. And then you go to high school, 9, 10th, 11, and 12th. And then you graduate from high school. Then those who pursue their education, they go to college, So you never stay at the same level. But if you find yourself at the same level, that means that you're not doing what's necessary to get out of that rut. You're not doing what's necessary to get to that next level. So it's something that you need to change in your life. Ask God, say, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Taking one day at a time, accepting hardship as accepting hardship as a pathway to peace, taking as He did the sinful world as it is, and not as I will have it, trusting that He will make all things right. If I surrender to His will, that I'll be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with Him forever in the next. See, now it's the time for you to hold your head up. Now it's the time for you to be keep your eyes and mind on the Lord. Now it's the time for you to realize, hey, Lord, you know what? Give me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Change the things that you can. Ask God to give you the courage to change the things that you can. And you have to do some soul searching, and you have to evaluate your life and see, where you could change some things, because the reason why you in the same situation you are in is not because of nobody else. It's because of you. A lot of times people like to blame other people for their shortcomings and being stagnant, but you have to realize the ball is in your court, and if you make a move, God will make a move. God said, I will help those who help themselves. God said, look over your life and see the things that you need to change. You got to do something different. If you're doing the same old thing, you are going to get the same results, but now it's the time to be happy. Now it's the time to take the step, take one step at a time. Change the things that you can. Change one thing at a time. But long as you continue to make a change, God said, I will help you. But God said you can't advance doing the same old thing in the same level. So God say it's time to change in order for you to live that new abundant life. Be happy. Whatever career you are in, just be happy. Go to work each and every day and say, Lord, thank you for my job, and you have to realize that money you can't take with you. A lot of people just like to just store their money and have big bank accounts, but if you die today, that money gonna go to somebody else. So God say not to go and just spend your money unwisely, but God say if you have a chance, go on a trip, do some things that you need, that you like. Buy something, to that close to you when you get paid. It don't have to be something magnificent, but God say, you have to make sure that you be happy. You can't take money with you. You can't take material things with you, but you have to make sure that you live your life to the fullest. Enjoy the people that are in your life.